Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, going to make a North African or Moroccan type dish of lamb tagine. First, what we're going to do is get our meat together. I've got a mixing bowl here. As you can see, I've got some lovely chunks of lamb or mutton. There's bone in there, nice bone, a little bit of fat. You're going to need the fat. If it's made this with lean lamb, it wouldn't be so good. And then here we've got some spices for marination. Very simply, right here I've got some green cardamom and cinnamon stick. In it goes. We'll put a touch of salt and some black pepper. Then roughly equal parts I've got cumin powder, paprika. I'm using a hot one. I like it hot. Turmeric, give it a nice colour. We're not using saffron. And then minced garlic. I've got about 2 heaped teaspoons there. Now, just going to get some olive oil over that, just to sort of help it on its way. Simply, we're going to mix this together. I'm going to use my hands to do it. I just prefer it that way. Then we're going to cover it and leave it for at least 1 hour. If you could leave it overnight, it'd be fantastic. See you in a moment. So here we go. Here I've got my tagine, which I'm actually not going to cook in this today. One, because I'm making quite a lot. This tagine's not big enough for what I want to use. And two, with lamb, I always find it, especially the size that we've got, I'm just going to make it in a pot. It will cook it nicer, I think. And we can transfer it in there if you'd like later on for display when it goes to the table. So, regular decent sized pan. And our meat has been marinated and it all goes. Grab some of that last juice as well. So I'm going to put that on a low heat. This is going to be a real slow cooker, this one. So a low heat, let's get this meat going. I'll be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let's take a look now. A little bit of steam out of there. That's looking nice. It's got those flavours happening. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some chilli. These are totally optional. I've got 3 red chilies that I'm using. Green, none, up to you. Now I'm going to introduce some onions. I've got some sliced onions. I want to just mix them in a little bit. Now this is nowhere near cooked. I mean, we've got a long way to go. So we're going to now get the lid back on. Keep it on a fairly low heat. I'm going to now be back here in 30 to 35 minutes. Let's take a look now. Again, let some steam out of there. This is looking absolutely fantastic. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of moisture coming out of that now. I've not added any water or anything. If you find it a little bit dry, you could add a little tad if you wanted. Now I'm going to introduce some prunes. These are dried, and I'm going to add them just like this now. Some people boil them or fry them in butter to soften them or soak them, but we're still such a long way off that they can go in now and they'll cook beautifully. So simply, again, lower the heat, nice low heat. Lid's going to go back on. I'm going to cook this again for another 30 minutes. I mean, this is a long process. I mean, if you wanted, you could blitz this really hard in a pressure cooker or something. Works absolutely fine. I mean, I think pressure cookers are fantastic. I'm just showing you this way today. Give it a little stir every now and then. Okay, I'm back again. Again, some steam out. This is looking really wonderful. It's starting to tender nicely. I mean, this is what we're trying to do. This is why it takes so long. Get that meat really beautifully tender. Those prunes are coming on nicely. They've ballooned a little bit. Now I'm going to introduce some tomatoes. roughly chopped. I'll just leave them on the top for the moment. And again, you look out for your moisture level. I mean, I've got enough moisture in there. It's going to be fairly dry. We're not trying to make a big soup or curry here. As long as you've got some moisture, all is well. So, low heat, lid's going to go back on. 20 minutes, I think. So, I'm back again. As you can see, those tomatoes are breaking down beautifully. And our meat is really quite tender now. Like I said, it does take a long time, this dish, but it really is worth it. So the next stage, I've now got some potatoes that I've cleaned and peeled. I'm going to pop them on the top. Nice and chunky. In they go. You could, if you want, check this for salt now. I'm quite happy. Now, without stirring these in, we can just get a little bit of sauce on them. Keeping them on the top, but just give them a little bit of colour. Now, we need to now get the lid back on. We're now going to cook this until the potatoes are tender, and then it's pretty much done. So I think this is going to be about another 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, let's check these potatoes. Look at that, they're beautifully soft. And guess what? We're done, finally. It did take a long time, I know. I'm just going to finish this off with some chopped fresh coriander. You could use parsley if you want. And some mint. That was long, wasn't it? But really worth it. That's going to be absolutely delicious. You've got lovely flavours happening there. That meat's going to be incredibly tender. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.